Summerdance is a sensational 146-foot super yacht built by American builder Trinity, and now available for you to charter. When I heard that she was heading to Cat Cay in the Bahamas and we were invited to join her, we were of course thrilled. But I sadly had to stay behind due to some other commitments. The camera team that we sent, though, came back enthusing about the yacht and the crew. So I went to see Summerdance at the recent Fort Lauderdale boat show and spoke with the yacht's charter manager to ask more about her. This was the first time I had ever set foot on Summerdance.
This is everyone's first time on Summerdance. So this is her launch. She's a 146-foot Trinity. She'll be chartering in the Bahamas and in New England, and then maybe further afield in the Caribbean as time goes on. She's a 5-stateroom Trinity, very traditional in the Trinity sense. You have a nice, welcoming main salon downstairs that's on the main deck. You also have the master stateroom here. It's got a large walk-around king-size bed and a really beautiful ensuite with a large bath, a huge walk-in shower, his and her closets, and really well-appointed space. Downstairs on the lower deck, you have another 4 staterooms. You've got 2 kings, a queen, and a twin cabin. Then we've got upstairs here, we're sitting in the Sky Lounge. This has been a major part of the refit that they just completed. It's very cozy in here. It's a great spot to have sundowners, conversations. They've got a great bar, extra wine storage now, and it flows very easily onto the aft deck for alfresco dining. It's really nice. We've got very experienced owners that have had both private and charter yachts, so they understand what goes into having a boat that is compatible for both sides, for their family use and for the charter market. They have also been charterers themselves, so they know what they want to feel when they step on board, and they made sure to include that in all of their refit plans.
Now, what about water sports activities?
They have a 380 Boston Whaler. They've got some towables, snorkel gear for adults and children, e-foil, and they're adding more toys as we go as well.
That's fantastic. I guess if somebody's on charter and there's something they don't have in terms of water toys, is it easy to rent stuff? Can you?
There are a few companies now across the globe that have started these rental companies, so it is very easy to look into different rentals. We're also very lucky, as I mentioned, having an owner that is very tuned in with the charter market. So it is something that if we don't have it, bring it to us, let us know. The owner might be interested in having it on board. If they're not, we can also look into the rental.
I know in the Med as well, that also applies to things like a masseuse. If you want to have a massage on board and none of the crew are qualified masseuses, then you can find one, bring them. Is that also the case over here?
Absolutely, absolutely. The Bahamas has many masseuses that you can bring on board for the day. You can fly in a band for the day, a magician. You can really make the charter special if the guests have children on board and you want to have a treasure hunt set up. You can either have the crew conduct one, or you can bring in one of the over-the-top amazing companies that do these proper treasure hunts throughout the islands of the Bahamas.
And do people do that? In your experience, is it like 50% of the charter guests really do some sort of activity, or do people generally just like to have a quiet time?
I think it runs the gamut. You really have a bit of everything. A lot of times it is the broker that's working direct with the client that gets a little bit more involved with what the guests are looking for. Perhaps they have a big birthday that they're celebrating and they want to bring a jazz band on board for the evening. The broker will work with the crew and their client to facilitate those extra amenities that are brought on board. I do find that we're seeing them more and more often these days, that people are understanding that you can have a little bit more involved in your charter, and it's easily done.
Now, the two things I particularly want to ask you about as a potential charter guest.
Oh, sure.
Fine dining. What can people expect in terms of culinary experiences on board?
So the chef that they have on board is fantastic. We actually got to sample some of his food yesterday when we had our brokers on board. He is able to accommodate a plethora of tastes and experiences. So if you want something family style and easygoing, very easy to accommodate. If you want that elevated experience, the 5-course meal, the gastronomic experience, they're able to do that as well.
I'm always
and they'll
impressed
pair it well with some nice wine
too. That's good. I'm always impressed with table settings on yachts as well. It's incredible. Are they good at that sort of thing on this?
They are, and it's really nice. As we talked about, they just finished their photo shoot, and you can see some of that in the photography that they've done. The crew is really wonderful. They have an attention to detail. They're really looking at what goes best with the guest preferences, what they're looking to experience and to feel, and they're able to let that shine through their tablescaping and through the experience that the guests will have.
Now, the second thing I'm really interested in, funnily enough, because I was talking to a yacht owner yesterday who's considering bringing his yacht over this side of the Atlantic for charter. What itineraries do you expect for this yacht, and what itineraries do you recommend?
So Summerdance will go throughout the Bahamas. She'll base in West Palm Beach in Florida, and they'll head over to the Bahamas for charters. So you've got, the 700 island chains throughout the Bahamas, and the captain and crew know the Bahamas very well. So they can get into those secluded areas, the private beach parties, and set up some barbecues. You can have a day in Atlantis and play around in the casino before kind of going to the secluded areas. That's going to be their main focus for the moment. They'll also consider New England for next summer. So very quintessential American feel, perfect for a Trinity. Summerdance, I think, will do very well up there. Newport, Nantucket, Maine is really starting to explode with the charters as well. And then maybe eventually looking further afield into the Caribbean next winter season.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm really glad that you mentioned the 700 island chain, because I, as a naive Englishman, at first, well, for a long time, I thought the Bahamas was Nassau, Paradise Island,
right,
and not much else. And I find Nassau quite commercialized. But actually, those other islands are amazing.
Truly, and when you get the good captains like we have on board Summerdance, they know of the islands that aren't necessarily on the maps, you know, that you pull up the tender, which they have a great tender to be able to get into these shallow areas, and the crew will come and surprise the guests with this big beach setup. And it's really, really special. You get the seclusion, you feel like you're the only ones there, like you're the first ones to step foot on this piece of sand. You're leaving your footprints there, maybe you're doing the rock sculptures and you're leaving a message for the next people that'll come to the island if they're able to find it. It's really special.
That's amazing. And the other thing that you said, which I think's great, is that you're looking at New England.
Yes.
Because we've done one charter video on a much smaller yacht than this in New England. You were with me,
Vivace.
Slava, I think? Vivace, that's right. Were you with me, Slava? We were all there, weren't we? And oh my goodness, I'm amazed more yachts don't go there.
You know, I truly think that New England is a hidden gem in the US. It's very underrepresented, and I think that the European market is just a little bit unfamiliar with it. So it's a harder sell in terms of that. But I think ultimately for those that are looking to have the experience aboard and ashore, the clam bakes, the lobster bakes, all of the different activities that you can do, especially for children, it's really, really special there. I mean, the summer in New England is unlike anywhere else in the US.
Is Martha's Vineyard New England?
Yes, it
is, isn't it? I've never been there, but I hear wonderful things.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like it has to be like a checkbox for charterers.
You know, there's so many very, very wealthy people in the world, and it's a small percentage that either buy yachts or charter yachts, and I find that astonishing. I just think if anybody charters once, they'll suddenly go, now I get why everybody's doing it.
It's the best way to experience it. You don't have to deal with the headache afterwards. You don't have to deal with the big bill at the end of the year. You get to come on board, you get to have fun and experience the full-blown charter experience. And then maybe you have a rapport with the crew. You want to come back and visit them next year, or you want to go try something different. I always say it's better to have a friend with a boat than your own.
Absolutely right. And again, the camera team which Jarek and Slava sent over there, the way they spoke about the crew on this boat, it was really cool, wasn't it? They were like so excited, and also the crew was saying, what a nice camera team.
It's really nice to hear. I think they say that the crew can make or break a charter and a boat, and it's very true. We are very lucky on Summerdance that we have both. We have an A+ boat and we have an A+ crew. It really makes the experience so much better when you've got a good crew.
I'm back from Fort Lauderdale now, and have to say that visiting Summerdance was one of the standout events from the trip. One of the points that Lauren made very well in that interview was the flexibility of a charter. If you watch this video and would love to charter Summerdance in New England, reach out to us and ask whether that would be possible. Or if there's some particular place in the Bahamas or the Caribbean that you'd like to go to, let us know, and we'll see if we can make it happen with Summerdance. And if you've never chartered a yacht before, but you're in a position that you could, then I highly recommend that Summerdance be your first charter. And I promise you, it won't be your last.